I am finally talking about it. We are talking about life after my breakup, what I've been up to, what has been helping me with healing and just really truly being alone. So even a few months before we actually broke up, I felt like I just needed space, not from him particularly, but space for me to grow and like develop. I'm just in this growing stage in my life. Like I'm changing who I used to be and becoming a new person, and I just need like my own like space for that. And so when we had actually ended things, I felt a little bit more free because I was able to create the type of day that I wanted to and create the energy and intention for my days. So it's like I would wake up, I would, listen to a meditation, I would journal, I would do work or kind of just go about whatever I wanted to do on that day without having any type of distractions or responsibilities outside of what I personally wanted to do. And when you're in like a relationship, there's obviously things that you're gonna do with your partner. So it felt really good for the time being, but at this point, I didn't realize that I was actually developing a really bad habit. And I think the turning point to where I actually started to realize what I was doing, it was after one of my really close friendships ended and I no longer had a safe space for me to go to. So it's like I lost my boyfriend, I lost my closest friend, and those were my two safe spaces. And so it was one night where I felt a lot of emotions, and it was really hard for me because I was like, okay, how do I work through this? Like, what do I deal with this? Because I was so dependent on those people for me to, I guess, I would go over and hang out with her, or I would just go and talk to them, or we'd go do something, we'd go out to eat, whatever, to kind of keep my mind away from facing those problems. What I realized was that I had this bad habit of not facing my issues and just kind of using people as like a distraction for actually internalizing and dealing with my problems. And so when I lost my two safe spaces, I had to start dealing with this on my own. And so this is when I actually started to face my problems. I developed a lot more healthier habits that I want to share with you guys today. And the first one is to do self check-ins. I think that like we're so quick to ask someone like how their day was or how they are feeling or how are you, and when do we ever do that for ourselves? Like, when was the last time you asked yourself, how are you doing? How do you feel about certain situations? Reflecting on the day that you had to see what you can do better or to change for tomorrow. I began doing this and it has been a game changer. It's almost like one of my favorite things to do to connect with myself. Most of the times it ends up me in tears because I realize that I am actually like holding anger, or I'm very hurt about a situation that I wasn't even aware that I was hurt in. So it has just been like one of my favorite things to do, and I think that like you should definitely try doing it. It will not only connect you with your own self, but like it just helps you understand who you are and how you feel, and honestly, it heals a lot of the root issues, a lot of the root problems. You should also be connecting with your body somehow or some way throughout the week, and just either meditate, stretch, do yoga, go on a walk without your phone. It will make a difference because you're not going to be listening to music. You're not going to be scrolling on TikTok. You're actually going to be present with yourself, and it just feels really good. Another thing that I've been focusing on is, you already know, like my self-care, my self-concept, my self-love, and a part of that is really smelling good. And so I want to share with you guys some new scents from Dossier Perfumes. They are my favorite luxury inspired perfume brand. This is what it comes in. This one is Ambery Saffron, and this one is supposed to be inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540. They start around like $29, and look at how big the bottle you get. It is such a good size, especially compared to the real price. If you guys want to try them out, I do have a code down below that you can use for a discount and just like a little thank you gift for supporting my channel and supporting me. So go ahead and treat yourself. Next thing I want to talk about is setting boundaries. I have really been saying no to like a lot of things, and it feels really good. And it's not that I don't want to do these things or that I don't care. It's just I'm just putting myself first. And I've also been really focused on doing a lot of like smaller activities, and really it's just been experimenting with cooking, finishing some art pieces, and I even like hosted a wellness event the other week, and it was amazing. Like, I talked about self-care, self-care, self-love, self-concepts. We talked about like our experiences, and it was just like such a wholesome night. So I've just been kind of doing those type of activities, and it has really just helped me align with the person that I've always wanted to be. I've also been putting a lot of effort into my TikTok, so if you're not already following me on TikTok, you definitely should. I post like a lot of wellness and like mindset stuff on there too, and so it's definitely worth checking out. But overall, this has been just like an update on my life and like what I've been doing on my self-healing journey, and I hope that this helped at least one person. If you enjoy this type of content, then I would love for you to stay, so make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.